Hey, what's up? Come, join and discover the different national artists of the Philippines, present to you by Christian Gisrel Dibongkayo, a student of BCAEd 1A. First, we have Carlo J. Caparas. Carlo J. Caparas is one of the well-known Filipino who wrote several comics such as Gagambino and Bakekang. I remember when I was a kid when Gagambino was aired in the television. I watched that show every night because apart from the beautiful story, its content also has a mix of fantasy where you will be really amazed and there are also a moral or lessons to be learned. I read some of the articles about him and I found out that he was awarded in 2008 sa Gisag Balagtas Award and he also won in 1988 award-giving body in Metro Manila Film Festival for the category of Best Story and Best Screenplay with Tony Martel. Former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo named Caparas as one of 7 nominees for National Artist in the Philippines, was proclaimed in the year 2009 under the category of Visual Arts and Film. Meanwhile, it turns to the controversy when National Commission for Culture and the Arts revealed that Caparas and 3 individuals in that year was not officially nominated by the committee for the proclamation as a national artist of the Philippines. Instead, Arroyo proclaimed them by exercising a presidential prerogative. Different protests are expected to happen and they question Caparas' works. Why the president chose him? Because Caparas allegedly had a theme like exploitation films like Massacre film. On July 16, 2013, the Supreme Court was nullified Caparas in the proclamation of national artists. His contribution in the field of visual arts, even if he wasn't proclaimed as a national artist, I think the contribution of Caparas is that in the development of creating an amazing fantasy in the country. And aside from that, for me, he is one who served as an inspiration to our aspiring artists on how we can beautify a certain masterpiece and how can you get the interest of your readers or audience to appreciate your work. Next, we have Francisco Arcellana. I believe that Francisco Arcellana was known as a journalist, essayist, poet, and critic. He already had an ambitions to become a writer in his early childhood. That's why he pursued his talents in writing for joining so many contests, and his writing was started when he decided to become a member of the Torres Torch organization during his high school years. Later on, he received a Rockefeller grant and he became a fellow creative writing at the University of the Iowa and at the Breadloaf Writers Conference from 1956 to 1957. He was awarded second place during the 1951 Don Carlos Palanca Memorial Awards for Literature for his short story entitled The Flowers of May. His books are Selected Stories in the year 1962, Poetry and Politics, The State of Original Writing in English in the Philippines Today in the year 1977, and the Francisco Arcellana Sampler in the year 1990. His contribution in the field of literary arts, he is considered as the pioneer in developing the lyrical prose poetic form in Filipino literature. Juan Felipe de Jesus Nakpil, known as Juan Nakpil, was a Filipino architect, teacher, and community leader. In 1973, he was named one of the national artists for architecture. Aside from that, he was the 8th child of the Philippine Revolution veterans Julio Nakpil and Gregoria de Jesus, the former wife of Andres Bonifacio. Nakpil's greatest projects as an architect are all over national hallmarks such as the University of the Philippines, Quezon Hall, the Rizal Shrine, the San Carlos Seminary, and the Philippine Trust Co-Building, or now Plaza Lacson. He was also the architect of the now demolished Rizal Theater and the Capitol Theater. The contribution in Philippine art. Nakpil's greatest contribution in his own stand that there is such a thing in terms of architecture we have here in the Philippines, and exposing the architecture it can also reflect to our tradition and culture. For this moment, let us talk about the program that I'm currently taking up, which is the BCAEd. The Bachelor of Culture and Arts Education or BCAEd program is an allied discipline of teacher education, music education, dance education, and arts and graphic design. BCAEd program aims to develop highly motivated, creative, and reflexive teachers in basic education equipped with knowledge, skills, and values in culture and the arts education. Major courses focuses on music, visual arts, drama, theater, and dance. The career opportunities of graduates of program can be employed as a teaching profession in K-12 for music and arts, teaching profession in the special program for the arts or SPA, teaching profession in the arts and design tracks for grades 11 and 12, teaching profession in the course subjects in grades 11 and 12 related to arts, culture and arts coordinator at all levels of the educational system, and lastly, positions relating to culture and arts such as tourism offices in the LGU's museum and arts galleries and creative industries. Hey! Now that you are fully knowledgeable about the BCAEd program, I'm encouraging incoming first-year college to put BCAEd in the top of their choices. What are you waiting for? Enroll now in the next school year. Ako'y nag-iiwan ng isang kasabihan, BCAEd ay piliin, ng sibika at kultura ay payabungin. Buhay ng Pilipino'y paunlarin, para sa kinabukasan tiyak ika'y bigatin. And I thank you.